Oh my God, Bryce.
Yeah.
Look, I love my girl. I'm gonna stay with her forever. But I definitely caught her clapping on the ones and threes.
Oh, well, some songs it's okay to do that, but most songs you would want to clap on the 2 and the 4.
Yeah. I was trying to evaluate.
Oh, yes, man.
Yes, man.
Hi, yes, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yo, man. Did you see that show? Did you hear that big news? You ever ejaculate without permission, involuntarily? That's the word. Because you saw a bear floating over 4 feet to grab a pie off the window? Oh. Anyway, I'm really Officer Reelman.
All right. Well, while everyone takes a moment to go to nightattack.showbot.tv to vote on show titles, let it out, boys.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You motherfucker, motherfucker. You motherfucking motherfucker. Like I smelled some fucking throat clearing going on. You ever smelled somebody's throat being cleared? They're over there going, and you're like
that acrid scent. Yeah. You'll know it from anywhere.
And all of a sudden, your 4 legs and your 4 vaginas start floating up off the ground. You start drifting comically over toward that sweet pie of truth. And then that motherfucker just clears his throat and says, anyway, see you later, hangs up. And then you talk to him like 10 minutes later. Dude pretends like he wasn't clearing his throat.
To be fair, at the time that I talked to you, I had no plan on announcing that tonight.
Says to you right to your face, yo, man, you got anything in your throat you want to clear? Because I'm going to clear my throat.
I literally made that was a conversation I had with Ashley right before the show where I was just trying to get her perspective on when we would want to talk about it. And she was like, oh, well, let's talk about it online way closer. And I'm like, that's not actually going to work because I'm not going to be like in the process of planning and like finding shit in Austin and not leverage our network. And I can't leverage the network without letting Brian know. And if I'm going to let Brian know, I have to let him know on the air because Brian would want me to surprise Brian on the air with that news because it's like once in a friendship news, right? And so it's like you would rather have that experience there. So, and then she was like, look, say it now before I change my mind. And so that's it.
Personal assistant walks in the room saying, phone call for you, Mr. Brushwood. And you pick it up. You're like, hello, this is Mr. Brushwood. And then someone says, hello, this is a federal officer. I was like, what's your name? And he says, Reelman. And it's like, okay, what do you got to say, Reelman? I was like, wait, do you have anything to say? He's like, sorry, I just needed to clear my throat. I'm like, okay, well, I have a show to do. He's like, okay. Dude, I'm so stoked. I'm so excited. I am like, it doesn't even need to happen at this point. I'm just happy.
The excitement of tonight is enough to warm the year.
I mean, I can hold on to that for a very long time.
Well, in all honesty, this is something that really it took COVID, really. Like it took the idea that everything was remote and that nothing was ever going to happen unless Ashley was able to be taken care of. And so like that fundamentally changed the way that kind of like all business is done in Silicon Valley in a level that like had never really existed before. And also that, to be totally honest, Austin is kind of like a little podcast boomtown right now. And it's like where my career's at, where Night Attack is now an established like veteran brand, for it to kind of be supercharged with both of us being there in the same place. That's a very attractive idea, along with the fact that like, you know, you are, you know, you have a gigantic facility and team and everything that, you know, to add my energy to it. Even just being involved in it, even beyond any kind of official capacity, is just something that we can be a player in a place where the podcast boom is kind of shaping up outside of LA, outside of the grasp of kind of like the normal cretins that glom on to any entertainment, like the agents and the celebrities and stuff like that. And it's like, that's just a very exciting idea. That's something that is rad.
That is, there's a couple of different angles, not the least of which is the very practical angle, which is why most people are moving to Texas to get away from, taxation and, real estate difficulties in California and so on.
I mean, they have this crazy new California ancestry taxation law. You hear about this? I heard this on a podcast.
I don't even know what that is, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
I thought you were making a bit.
Nope. That's a real thing.
They're
trying to make it to where if you go to college and you've spent a couple of months in California, when you move away from California, they say, well, I mean, it's pretty much like you still live here. You took us with you when you left, so we'd like your money. It's literally a law designed. It's the Elon Musk law, is what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I will be very excited to not pay state income tax anymore. But I mean, that'll be after this year because I'll be making money here this year. But no, man, I don't know. It's just it's exciting. I haven't had.
Well, I didn't get to the second part, which was there's also from a brand perspective, being live from California just feels a little different on the earlobes than, being live from Austin, Texas. I mean, like even if your comfort did not change at all, your bandwidth did not change at all, your studio did not change at all, it's a good time to be, RC Cola instead of Pepsi Clear.
Well, I think that we're moving into a very interesting phase. We're moving into a very 2021 is going to be a year where a lot of things are kind of determined. Like we're going to come back out of this world, and for some people the world hasn't changed, but even then, Austin's like the live music capital of the world. There's going to be a lot of live performances that will happen in 2021, and they'll be iconic and exciting because people have not done shit like that in a while. This will likely force me to miss, fucking knowing my luck, the day after we move, Rage Against the Machine will reschedule their fucking concert that I've been waiting to go to since I was 13.
Weirdest thing, bro. It's from your old apartment. Can you believe that?
Exactly. Taking place from my old apartment. But yeah, I think it's a change because the change needed to be made. But B, I really do believe in this podcasting phase. And I think that there was always an energy there. And I just wonder, especially with God, when the next South by happens and stuff like that, this is just going to be a big place, a big thing. This is just going to be a moment, and I feel like it was just the right thing, and it was the right thing also for Ashley and I to just kind of move. I mean, we've only ever lived in the same apartment, and as much as it's been a miracle that we haven't killed each other through this COVID phase, boy fucking howdy would it be nice to have a little bit more space and have a yard and have a goddamn grill and shit like that.
Look, you guys just went through the crucible. You guys went through what normally is a single episode in a 26 episode season. You guys went through for an entire fucking year, and yes, you've earned it. So share as much as you feel comfortable in this setup, but what how did the first eyebrows get raised and thoughts get expressed?
We've only really had eyes for a couple cities. LA was really the biggest one, mostly because again, it's it was just the cleanest fit for both of our careers. She would be able to just slide into a gig at Twitch down there. And it was where, if you want to network and do podcast stuff, like that was the place to be. And then COVID hit, and it was like, well, is that place gonna be the same? And also now when influential podcasts are moving out of there, like, yeah, they might move back, but there might be this really rad phase where they're in Austin, like, and things are kind of happening, and it's exciting, and maybe it lasts forever, and maybe it blows up, but who knows? And beyond that, it's like, if we moved to LA, we probably wouldn't be able to afford a house, at least in a place where we liked in any short period of time, right? So then the other side was Vegas. We love Vegas. We love spending time in Vegas. It's hot as hell, but we really like that small town sort of like vibe in Vegas whenever we go and hang out with people that actually live there.
Which is kind of a weird thing. Like, the only people, I would imagine a lot of people hearing that phrase would be surprised, but man, if you've spent any time in Vegas,
oh God,
small town, very small town.
Oh yeah, and the opposite side of that is that we could live in like a fucking like penthouse that overlooks the Strip, or we could live in an 8-bedroom mansion for like ridiculously, comparatively cheap money. But then there was Austin, and when COVID happened, and all of a sudden remote work became a far different kind of thing, it just became more and more of something that we talked about and settled on it. And then it was just a matter of getting all of our ducks in a row and figuring out how to do it. And this was part of kind of throwing the hat over the wall and getting the wheels rolling. So again, apologies if I have not told you that this was happening. We haven't told anybody this was happening. The only person that I told that this was happening was my high school friend who lives there, because I just was looking for, I got drunk and I was like, hey, give me neighborhoods I'd like. But other than that, I haven't told anybody. Nobody knows. This is the first time that I've even talked about it. And I won't lie. It's very scary and exciting right now because it's fucking real.
So, on the fear side of things, I would imagine that knowing that you can essentially relocate anywhere, I would have to imagine that your anxiety for your part of everything financially is reduced. It's probably not for me to pry, but obviously Ashley has her voice, and whatever you guys have decided has involved her part of relocating.
150%. There's nothing that I am steering alone. This was a fully integrated conversation from the very beginning up to me talking about it tonight. Again, I would not have talked about it tonight if she had not told me to do it earlier. So it's fucking really exciting, and it's exciting for reasons that we can't even talk about here, because there's other stuff that like
and there's stuff that you and I haven't even imagined yet that will become possible, and that's super exciting. Plus there's the excitement.
But I mean, honestly, it's like, I'm just fucking really excited. I'm excited to do the show live. I'm just so thrilled to do the show live, and I'm thrilled to kind of to evolve our like not only show friendship but friendship, right? And I mean, like, God, you have no idea how much I've been doing this Harmontown re-listen. Whenever I run out of podcasts, I just have all of Harmontown.
Oh my God, now I know why it really is happening. Like, just every single episode, you're like, oh my God. Could you imagine the same place at the same time every episode?
Well, also, I'm like, whether it's on the property or in some bar in downtown, like, there's no reason why we just can't do a live show in Austin for live show's sake, as opposed to making it a fucking event, right? Where we have to sell out, X amount of things and do 3 shows and and sell merch and do all that to kind of do a live show, we could just roll out and do a live show in Austin and build a little, group of I mean, there's so many Diamond Club locals there now that we could just do it.
There's also permission to craft kind of, this version of the Tuesday night get together has gone through a lot of iterations. It's been a lot of different flavors. And the idea of figuring out what we can do that we couldn't otherwise do by being in the same place at the same time over and over and over again. Hot damn, stuff like in a post-vaccine world, a live audience, getting friends of the show, musical aspects.
I mean, that's another thing. The idea of me being down there and we can reboot the summer music series. We can actually have just live people in there. Like now the dream of what existed for that brief window at Twit now is like for real. Like now you have the facility, and we can both be there. Because that was the bummer about those shows, was as happy as I was, and even when we look back at those shows where the fucking production quality is just like next level, it looks like MTV, it's awesome. I knew that there was a part of you that both silently and verbally fucking hated the fact that like you were down in the well, because it sucked to be down in the Skype well, and it's like it sucked even more when we had a bunch of cool guests, and now it's you chiming in whenever one of the 5 people that are on mic aren't talking, and it's like we've never had that show. We never had that program where we're all together and then we throw to a guest or then we throw to a music act and we just watch an awesome music act and then we sign off and then we do an awesome, super cool after show. And like the fact that that's a possibility is fucking rad. It's awesome. It's so exciting.
It does make me happy that you're wearing the shirt that was bought.
I didn't even mean to do it. I literally did this because this fucking background is so dark that I was wearing the dark shirt that I have under this was like blending into it. So I put this on because it would contrast, but I didn't realize. Yeah, no, absolutely. BioCow pointing out very accurately that yes, these are all amazing dreams. In reality, I'll move to Texas and we'll just stop podcasting because we can just play Hearthstone in silence next to each other.
It's like, oh my God, I've thought of one more missing piece of the puzzle, Justin. Yeah, everything to everything you said yes. I also bought a bar.
Yeah. It just all crashes. Modern Rogue crashes. PX3 crashes. Night Attack crashes. It's just like fucking all right.
Night Attack, I'm trying to sneak a microphone and poke you guys. Hey, want another drink?
Get off, Bryce.
How you fellas
Night
doing?
Attack becomes nothing but one of 6 emotes, including well met. Hello.
Cali Man says, I'll miss the Cali live shows, but I'm excited to see this next phase of the show. No, we're coming back to Cali and doing live shows. We have too many people out in Cali to not go do live shows there. Piano Fight just built a theater in Oakland, so either that's gonna happen, or I will come back and do live shows in California.
Come back just to bench it. You're like, I went to Texas. I bench pressed Texas. Now I want to bench press you, California.
Look, the goal is to have this podcast thing take off even further. Like that's the reason that you go to the reason why I go to Austin is because you want to see how fast. Hey, Brian, look, we want to see if we can do 88 miles per hour.
Well, what's going to happen then?
That number has been canceled. Sorry.
It's 88 miles an hour. This fucker doesn't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. It took me a
He
second.
didn't even get it. Come on.
Oh, no. I knew what he was talking about. I didn't know he was making fun of you because I gave you the grace to pretend like you had never not seen. The third one's a cowboy movie, for crying out loud.
The thing that
So
I love
good.
is Cowboys.
It's so good. Yeah, that's a Bryce thing. He loves it.
I'm cuckoo for Cowboys. Do you want to do show titles, or is there? Or have you got
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some show titles. Nightattack.showbot.tv, including the top one. I like weird boobs. I like weird boobs.
I like weird boobs for real. They're great.
End of
I
song.
love them. End of song.
I do like the fact that Bryce effortlessly slipped into B-52s.
I like weird boobs.
Weird boobs. Weird
Tilted.
boobs, baby.
Tilted. Yeah. They were weird boobs.
Weird boobs. That's where they're at.
Spider-Man, you won't
Boobs that are flat. Nipples are erect.
you won't believe what happens
believe
after
what
the
happens
politics
after
talk.
I swear to God, that was a. Oh my God.
Actually,
I was trying.
that's
I
not bad.
kept trying to
We
push
might
it.
need to have to call it that.
Oh,
Because also there was a moment, man, where the crowd was starting to get the Daves were getting a little restless with the politics talk in the first act, and I'm like, it's fine, guys, don't worry. Well, I'm gonna turn this fucker right on its ear in a second.
goddamn right.
Justin is from Florida. Put that on the
Yeah,
record.
that's the past.
I'm also not joking about that. I don't want to be known as from California when I move there. People are gonna make fun of me.
Don't worry about it.
No Country for Snowmen. Is that a reference to a cowboy movie? I don't
think it's,
know.
yeah.
The neon sign is finally going home. Well,
Oh yeah, this fucker can finally go to the can finally go where it belongs. In oh, you want to know what? That actually doesn't look bad with that new lens. With that new lens, it actually doesn't blow it
Yeah,
out.
it looks really good.
It looks
that,
amazing.
looks incredible, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, don't
Holy
move.
shit.
Stay where you
stay
are.
No, we'll put that in your
Texas
background.
hates you.
Yeah, actually, you should keep it on.
Just keep it on.
Yeah.
I guess it's with that new lens. Look at
That
that.
lens, folks. Let's see. Justin makes Brian waste $2,000.
It's true.
On principle, give that a thumbs up.
Okay. We have plenty of other shows where we can. Okay. Cover your shame pockets. Oh, that's what I called your nipples earlier.
Oh, I
Um,
thought that was a butt.
at the no, of course not. I'd never say that. At the end of the bidet. Oh right.
Pretty good.
Look at that.
TOS. The stars at night. Comma so big and bright.
$2,000 goes to waste on principle. On principle.
Florida Man Rule and Opal Thirst.
On principle.
La La Land. La La Land. La La Land's pretty good.
Oh my God, that's a deep cut. 10K Patreon goal accomplished.
Not a deep cut if you visited our Patreon lately.
I know, but well, I've not. Yeah.
Justin wants you to know he's from Florida. It's happening. It happening. Ooh.
4 legs. That's just 4 vagina.
I feel like the answer is either 3 or 5, but I can't.
No, 4 legs. 4 vaginas. I don't see what's so hard. about
Where?
this.
Yeah. No, see, Bryce, what
Where?
you're missing here is that there's 4 legs. Right?
Sure.
And so then you have 4 vaginas. You getting it?
Okay, imagine you're really hungry and there are
Yes.
4 pussies to eat.
4 vaginas, right?
Right.
There are legs
But now-
between each of the
Yeah.
4 pussies.
But that would
But
only
you-
be
but
3 legs.
I know.
Or 5 legs.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You might think. Wait a minute. Is that 3 vaginas? Boy, hold on. No, move one of those 4 legs. There's 4. You
Okay.
just didn't see it
All right.
because one of the legs were in the way.
Bryce, you're not wrong. If you're looking at a
Yeah.
hand and you split your hand
Where do you think the legs else would?
Okay, but think of a deer. Now chop off the head.
A deer, a female deer.
Replace the head with the vagina.
Yes.
Okay, so
Now
we're kind
stab
of
it in the
two.
side and make
Yeah.
that a vagina.
Sure.
The butt gets to stay a butt with a vagina underneath it.
Right.
On the other side, stab it, put a vagina. Now eat all the pussies in a circle. How many pussies
Yes.
did you eat?
Right, but okay.
4 pussies. You ate 4
And
pussies,
now,
Bryce.
yeah, but also that's illegal, so don't do
I
it.
would never do that. That one's illegal here in
Don't
Texas.
do it. Also, you'd need to be God.
To be God.
Don't be God.
There.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
poor
and eat all 4 pussies.
Brian gets naked and is horny for talks.
Yep. That's factually accurate.
That was
Don't
just
vote
accurate.
for it, though.
Coming this fall.
Talks.
And it should just be Ted Mal, and we should just say this is only about Ted Mal. That's it. I didn't even, was that
The other
pre-show? That
big
wasn't even
C.
on
That
the
wasn't
show.
even on the show.
Fuck it. Yeah, whatever.
Fred Rielson. Damn. Dude, okay,
It's
what-
failed
Real
to come as the bear eats my pie.
Let's see. Amazing fluffy 2
2 to 3
oh,
inches.
The snow.
That's
right.
snow,
The
yeah.
Yeah.
stuff, that's right. Spin around in circles. It's been. I have a dead fish in my lap.
Wow, man. How quick did that show turn around? It's almost like you were setting yourself up with an alley-oop. You're like, oh my gosh, I better really have something to say if I'm going to turn this thing around.
Justin went up like this, and you came in and high-fived him as he was making the play. The world turned upside down along with Brian's shirt. No, he's got that.
The Prince
That's
of
true.
God and the other big C.
Let's see, I like weird boobs. Para, weird boobs. Kink shaming and naming. No shaming. Specifically, no shaming.
I mean, unless that's, your thing. I don't want to say king.
Well, and I would never try to exploit someone's kink without their consent. So,
Yeah, but what if their whole thing is they want to be shamed? Like what if
I'm
to
not a
them it's the
participant in
taboo
that.
deliciousness of Naughtyville?
I'm not a participant in that, and they should feel ashamed for thinking that I am.
Okay, all right, look, you give me my shame.
No, I won't do that.
Okay,
I can't
fine.
believe you.
I'm gonna summon this bear. He's gonna eat this pie, and I'm gonna wear this garment that I'm gonna call a tox.
Let's see. Dwarf on vag. What is? Or butts. An attraction to pie vaginas.
That was the pie.
10 callback pileup. No thank you, Doug. 2021 flush a bidet paper.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
Baby got brack. That was a pre-show bit. Remember that pre-show bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's see. Let's go up to the top here where some of the top votes are. From a practical level, I feel like you won't believe what happens after the politics talk. Just kind of has to be.
Yep. Nope. I agree.
All right. Thank you, SpiderBite0 and everyone who submits show titles using the !S command in the chat. I'm going to write an email.
God damn.
Sorry, I just realized I needed to re-upload the the PX3 episode that just came out.
Oh, because it begins with, "Hello, PX3 listeners.
No,
I'm here to swear on a stack of Korans that I will never move to Austin."
no, it's a technical fuck up. Wow, this does look so much better with that lens. Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to move. So you're surprised, right? A good surprise, a fun little surprise.
That would be putting it mildly, my friend. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's Kookaburra, man. I'm super stoked. So, well, now I just want to know when we can go house hunting and whether or not you'll invite Ashley.
Yeah, well, I think the plan is that we'll probably do like an apartment for the first like 6 months or so and just kind of feel out neighborhoods and where we like and stuff like that, and then look for a house as we kind of settle in and realize what our routine is and all that. But that's the initial idea. I think the hope is the ideal world is that we could do it after we get the vaccine at the very least, or at least like get the vaccine and then be able to travel and figure out everything. I will say, for our sanity, because it's going to be several months,
Everybody, lay off.
lay off the recommendations. We do not need trust me. We will plug into everybody as things get closer.
Somebody points out you're gonna need 4 horses, 1 for each vagina.
I will. But yeah. Dude, it's crazy. I mean, I guess this year has been so crazy that it just feels like yet another crazy thing to add on top of it.
Man,
to be honest with
2021
you.
off to a start.
Yeah, right. You're moving, so now I won't get live shows in my backyard. No, we will do. Hopefully, God willing, there will be the ability to do a live show before I go. I mean, if we're not leaving till the fall, there's plenty of time, right? So God willing, that will happen. At least for a PX3 thing.
When do you think it becomes socially acceptable to gather at all? Because like we were talking in the pre-show, which not even the patrons get, we were talking about how apparently it's controversial to say, I have already had the disease, I cannot catch it, I cannot give it to anyone, and I fully intend to go to a restaurant while I'm still allowed by my government, cleared by all reasonable scientific papers to do so. Apparently, even that, too far over the line. Whoa, what the fuck, bro?
Well, I think that the orders are the orders, right? And I think that people have a hard time processing the exceptions to the orders. This is actually probably yeah, I think some people are a little just like freaked out about it. But again, to be honest, that was part of the reason why we thought twice about LA, because it's like God knows when that goes back to normal. Like God knows when that culture goes back to normal of just like the point of being in LA is so you can have those schmooze, fuck it, let's catch a beer, like bullshit sessions. Like, and I don't know when that exists in LA again.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I will say, like, it has been fun, and I think we'll continue to do so. It's been fun when we have had, what traditionally is a jerk off in-person LA type of Hollywood meeting. Man, has it been fun to swoop in with the flex of the two of us and our super speed Opal, full duplex connection. And all of our bling blong setting up on the Zoom and all that stuff. Come rolling in like, oh, are y'all here? What up? We're going to do a show for you live because that's what you're not going to hire.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole conversation that I guess we can have at some point down in the future. But like, I don't even know where I can go with that conversation. That's not something that we shouldn't be talking about.
That placed a pothole in front of us. The point is, like, I have enjoyed the flex over the last year of being so far ahead of the curve when it comes to any kind of online meeting stuff. Not as much as I'll enjoy the flex of being ahead of the curve about live in studio production as the pendulum swings back. That's going to be even cooler.
Man. It's just, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. The idea of just doing a fucking sit around with your friend podcast. Like, just fucking, what a concept. Just crazy.
Do you think here's a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
How far would you travel to get the vaccine if you knew tomorrow you could get the first dose and you knew you'd have to go back there in 1 month for the second dose? Would you go?
How far? Yeah. Give me places.
Let's say, well, I guess, maybe you couldn't fly there. Maybe you had to drive or something. I don't know. What, Montana? You go to Montana. What is that, a day trip there, day trip back, day trip out, day trip back?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Michigan?
Would I drive to Michigan to get the vaccine and then with the understanding that I had to drive right back and then drive back in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
But I could get it tomorrow?
Stay in Michigan for a month.
But I could get it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Me and Ash are getting packed up and
Ooh,
tethering.
That's interesting. What if there's only one?
Then it's not a conversation. Like, it would have to be Ash and I.
On the other side of the street, but there's only one.
What?
You guys at home can't hear it, but I can hear on the monitor. She said, you didn't say anything crazy like we were moving to Austin at some point.
No. She's actually, a domestic thing that I need to help with, but I should be able. Oh, you can do it. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, I might have to bone out for a second, but sorry, I'm trying to juggle like fucking 3 things here because I number one, I dropped this bomb on you, so I understand that I'm also the person that needs to be answering questions, but also I fucked up the upload on the PX3 show, so I
I
have
mean,
to
no-
re-export.
No worries. You do you. I'll chat with Bryce. Hey Bryce.
What's up?
Oh, Justin needs to jump over and deal with the domestic situation.
Well,
Apparently,
yeah, hold on, yeah,
his wife said,
absolutely not. That was a joke.
Right.
You're taking the joke too far.
she okay. She said there was an issue.
Oh, okay. Hello. Hi.
Oh man, what a day!
I'm really
what a
sore.
what a whole on day.
What a
You say
whole
you're
on
sore?
day. I'm sore. I've been doing the Apple Fitness Plus, and so I've been doing a lot of the dance
Standing?
workouts, getting my stands in.
Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of that. I was already I'm at 14 for the day. But just it's good. I feel like I'm able to work out for longer, and I got good coordination and burning calories and all. But my back especially is hurting a lot, and I'm getting old. I feel like I'm a little creaky, and I don't know if that's
Where's the back pain?
It's in Austin, Texas, Justin. You wouldn't understand.
about the center.
Oh damn it!
about the center or so. And I don't know if that's from working out more or if that's from being on the computer a lot or not quite sure. But
The one thing that people told me when I had my back thing was pay more attention to warming up and cooling down.
yeah,
That especially when you go from high intensity to very sentient, and that is the lifestyle that we lead, where it's like
sedentary.
you're going like
He's now
very
very
active,
sentient.
and then you're just sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the like with the Apple Fitness thing, like they've got like the whole routine of like you can do a bunch of cool down routines, but they're 5 or 10 minutes, and they're probably not enough, honestly. Even though they're pretty good. But yeah, I wouldn't be, because I feel like I have not had this soreness before, and I'm not sure if it's just because I'm getting more of a full body workout or what, but just a little bit of soreness, but yeah, we'll let you get back to solving your troubles.
No. Sorry,
No, work on it. You're good.
No. I'm done. I'm done doing it.
Okay.
I just
man,
uploaded everything.
look.
But now I'm just resigning myself to realizing that I'm gonna have to answer all these questions for the next fucking day of people being like, "Hey, the thing has no audio. Delete and re-download. Hey, the thing has no audio. Delete and re-download. Delete.
Hey,
And re-download. Delete and re-download."
There are so many I don't know,
There's not
nooks
that
and
many.
crannies.
There are 4. There are 4 legs.
There are nooks and crannies with podcasts, especially like, say, modern podcasts, like the Google Podcast Store, where even if you go and update a file, they cache. I'm assuming they still do this, but they would cache the file. So even if you took it down and updated it, it won't, deleting it and re-downloading it actually won't fix it. And you wish every app would just respect that, and you could just tell people re-download, delete and re-download. But at least for me, the easiest thing is just delete the post, put a new one, make sure there's a new URL slug, make sure the file name is new or
Oh
different.
shit! Really?
And just force everyone to download it again, because I think people really, in general, here in the US at least, don't care too much about re-downloading a thing. And it saves you all of the trouble
change
of
the title and act like it's a new thing.
No, just delete it and repost
delete it and
it.
repost it. You may have to change the title or put fixed in the title, because sometimes the podcatchers will look and, the title's the same, so blah, 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 blah. So that's why you kind of have to make sure
It'll
that
just use the cached thing to Well,
or it won't know that it was updated or even was deleted because they only check it so often.
I've had success with people doing it. If I catch it early, then usually, thankfully, I caught it now because it just went live like 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's such a shame that like that whole system is as busted and as fragmented.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock. Because it's such a it's especially Google. Don't use Google Play Podcasts. Go and download anything else.
I will say that as a consumer, I don't think I've ever begrudged downloading anything that had the word "fixed" in the title.
Right.
Like I've
And
never
people understand it
been
immediately.
mad at yeah.
But that's that's different strokes for different folks, and different horses, or legs.
Different perfect strangers is another thing that we can say.
My two dads.
Do you guys want to do some outtakes from the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
So Tally gave us a great list. Here's one. Melolagnia. Not even Ophelia. Melolagnia. Melolagnia. Melolagnia.
Something about skin, right? It's got to be people who love wrinkly skin.
Oh yeah, or moles. They love moles.
Mole people.
Moles and beauty marks and
People from
Gorbachevs and all of them.
What if I told you it was not a physical a response to a physical
Oh,
trait?
it's when they're
It's a
mellow as
conceptual.
fuck, right? Like they're not hassling you and like, they just like to play hacky sack and drink Surge.
Okay, I think
Surge.
that would be very close to an answer science would give you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
I was gonna say, from your voice lilting up, it sounds like we got a melomaniac upon us.
No, melolagnia is arousal caused by music. Music.
Damn.
Okay.
Brian's over here wondering how music can be sexual.
No, I'm wondering how it could not. Right. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of
doesn't everybody
melolagniacs all out there.
I guess it would be
like the idea
on
like
a different layer, right?
Yeah,
it wouldn't just be the content
you just hear
or the
Twinkle
sound.
Twinkle Little Star, and you're like, oh my, there you are.
Mm-mm. Yeah, like maybe a genre. Maybe like, oh hell yeah, fucking hit me with that 808, daddy. Here's one. Hybristophilia. Hybristo. Hybristophilia.
HY?
HY. I would say this is a relatively
This is
common
when
one.
you're into the hybrid theory, the album by Linkin Park specifically.
Specifically,
You can
hybrid theory.
only get your rocks off when Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park plays.
I think you can only get off when you park near the Hy-Vee parking lot.
Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
Ain't you never seen a Hy-Vee?
Yeah, that's a regional grocery store.
That's like a Midwest thing, right? Hy-Vee?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like the Midwest answers to the.
Is that
Piggly
in Back to
Wiggly.
the Future? Is that why I should have known this?
Yep. It was in the past. It was what happens at 87 miles an hour.
Oh man, almost. Hybristophilia is the arousal in response to crime and criminals.
Oh,
Shit.
good.
Crime
It
and
is a
criminals.
crime how low the prices at Hy-Vee are. Hy-Vee, sponsor of Hy-Vee.
Sponsor of who?
Sponsor of Ted Mal. Title sponsor of Ted Mal.
Take it from me, Officer Reelman.
All right, here's one for you. Mascalagnia. Mascalagnia. Maschalagnia. Mascalagnia.
That's people who ejaculate when they get killed in a game because their ping is too high.
They like that.
Yeah, but they're ashamed of it,
Mascalagnia.
so they wear a mask to hide their leg.
I think this is an attraction to men. Masculine men.
Oh, okay.
Who
Interesting.
die because their internet is poor and not because they're not good at
Well,
CS
you know,
Joe.
men
CSGO?
are-
CSGO. Why did I say CS?
CS Joe, the creator
CS
of
Joe!
Counter-Strike
That's
Global
where it came.
Offensive.
You know what? I'm actually glad you said that, so I at least knew where that came from because that was
How
really
has
a weird
nobody
moment.
done that? How have they not licensed fucking G.I. Joe for a fucking Counter-Strike game?
I guess it's because it's a kid's brand.
And they murder each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And-
I'm sorry, because no kids play CS:GO.
No. But,
That
but
wouldn't
specifically,
instantly
I think it is kind of baked into the GI Joe canon that like every time anything blows up, there's a parachute that comes off to the side. Like nobody ever.
Sure, but then make them puff into smoke like they do in Fortnite or whatever to tone down the violence element of it.
Yeah, have a little drone come out and it de-reses you.
Yeah.
Mascalagnia is arousal of the armpits.
Oh,
Armpit kink.
Your armpit fetishism. Yeah.
that also sounds like looks like a special that the Italian restaurant waiter would try to sell me on.
We got a fresh
Like-
mascalagnia today.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's not an actual Italian person. It's just like a dude from around the block. It's just like, we got veal cutlets, and our special tonight is a mascalagnia. It's in a balsamic sauce, and it's $24.99. Fresh capers.
Am I remembering right? Like, was Sergeant Slaughter the wrestler a GI Joe figure as well?
I don't know.
That
I
seems
think-
like a very unlikely licensing deal, and I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah, he was in a cartoon.
Yeah, it was GI Joe.
Yeah, well, it looks like, Sergeant Slaughter, the drill instructor.
Who do you think owned that character?
That is a WWE owned thing.
Yeah, probably.
It certainly is now.
Oh,
I mean-
he was
I
the
mean,
official GI Joe wrestler when he was with AWA. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was with AWA, and by the way, there's shit that's happening like now. The Mexican wrestling thing, the Mexican wrestling company AAA has like Spider-Man and stuff like that are like currently they're licensed and wrestling with that Mexican wrestling outfit.
That's pretty cool. All right, here's one. I'm gonna let the computer pronounce this one because I don't. There's a lot of vowels in this one.
Peodictophilia.
Peodictophilia. Peodeiktophilia.
Peodictophilia.
Sounds like Tim Cook.
Peodictophilia. Yeah.
Our customers love peodictophilia.
That's where you get off when somebody sounds like they're doing a John Lithgow impression. They say,
Tom Rather.
oh.
Well,
Dan
it kind
Rather.
of sounds like
I didn't,
like a little leg wobegon.
Well, I did Raising Cane with Brian De Palma. I dressed as a woman.
I
in that
also
one.
got Me Too.
Oh, I didn't
woman.
know that about me. Tell me about that. Oh.
You know, the people try to harmonize, and I'll just butt in like a fucking idiot.
I've heard rock from the sun, more like my cock in your buns. I don't see what the big deal was.
This is a conversation between Garrison Keeler and John Lithgow.
I came from the 11th dimension in the Buckaroo Banzai movie.
A little bit of Don Knotts in here, too.
Old Dan Rather.
A little Dan Rather, a little Knotts,
A little rather and nuts. That's what we said when you tried to have sex with us. We said I'd rather and I'd not.
How did we get back to doing Me Too, Jim? That's really unfortunate. Yeah.
Tom Brokaw. Yeah,
Kind
that's
of
right.
a little Jimmy Stewart. a little bit of Jimmy Stewart. Well, I'd just take those Me Too jokes, I'd lasso them, and I'd pull them right down for you.
Peodictophilia.
By the way, I see you. You think we don't know that you love Harmontown as much as we do? We know where that comes from.
What is this? Lithgow has his mouth.
Oh, mouth is a circle.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of the shape that you make. Peodictophilia is an arousal that hinges on surprise, dismay, panic, or shock of a stranger.
Announcing
by
that he's moving to Austin.
the exposure of the individual's penis.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Exposing one's penis.
You know what? Not too late, Justin.
wait. So this is a flasher thing?
Yeah, exposing
So
one's penis.
you are. So this is what explains why flashers get off, or
sounds like it.
that, or that when you are flashed, that's
I guess it could go either
Also, it's called
way.
peodictophilia.
Peodikto.
Yeah, that's a bit on the nose, or on the tip of, bit on the glands, if you ask me.
There we go.
been on the glands.
Yeah, well, there we go. There's some outtakes for you. Thank you again, Tally, for sending these in. These are she's
that was
put together
amazing.
a lot of these. These are great.
That was great.
It was
Great
amazing.
game.
Oh, okay. Ben Franklin is reminding me. What happened with Army Hammer? What's up with Army Hammer? Is this?
Oh,
something
his
worth-
DMs leaked. He had leaked DMs.
Oh, okay. Was anything good?
Weird shit, man. He's a weird guy.
Oh,
He
okay.
talked about like eating people. Like it was one of those weird things where it's like you don't know
Look that
whether
up.
or
I believe
not
that's
he's
yeah.
like
Here we go.
an-
Vorarophilia. That one.
you don't know whether or not he was just like he's like an oversexed super weirdo, which we presume he probably is, or rather he's just like very awkward and trying to flirt with people. But yeah, it was. If you can look them up, they're fucking weird.
Hold on. There's actually another set of DMs that were leaked. I'm just going to read the DMs. It doesn't say here who they were from. Haha! Love that episode. Thanks. I remember that too. That was great. Thanks. Dude,
This person sounds like a.
That's very kind of you.
This person sounds like a real
Thanks.
creepazoid.
Just being friendly. I follow a lot of people. Thanks. It's
Interesting.
nobody will ever know.
Who was
Spider-Man
it?
says I think they were faked. Wait, sorry. What were you saying? I was trying to.
I was reading I was making a bit about somebody else's DMs being leaked, and then I just said a whole bunch of. I remember that episode. Thanks.
Oh yeah, just
I'm
regular
very
ass
friendly.
DMs.
Yeah.
Hey, are you gonna be available for the picnic? No. Oh, boo. We're looking forward to seeing you. I'm sorry. I have to go to church. Cool. All right. Man, leaked DMs, man. So salacious.
Here's one.
What's your Venmo?
I am 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you, says Army Hammer on Instagram. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while still warm,
Oh Jesus.
says that DM. Okay.
Rich people, man. You know, he's like the heir of the Arm and Hammer fortune. That's why he's Army Hammer.
No.
For real. Look it up.
I don't like that. That's very
No, like that's
Hideo
like
Kojima
when
shit.
like rich kids give each other like they give like their kids like cutesy names.
Yeah.
Like that because they're all named the same thing.
His father, Michael Armand Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christ almighty.
All right, here. If I bail for like 5 minutes, can you guys keep it afloat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can wrap it
Or
up.
do you
I
wanna
mean,
wrap
it's
it?
almost midnight, and some of us started at 6 a.m.
Let's wrap it.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be back.
2021, baby.
We'll be back later this
Central
week.
Time. You will know it soon.
We will.
We will.
All right. I love you guys. Peace.
Love you.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.